if you have chosen to come study abroad, this is not a struggle or something, it just comes with it.
You cannot just look at a job on LinkedIn and apply for it. That's
But
not how
it's
it
like,
works.
I spoke with one of my HR friend. She was like, when we screen the resume, we know the location of the person who's applying from. And imagine the job is in London and you're applying from Birmingham or Manchester. We know that you might come at your own expense, but there's a system. We just want London applicants.
So guys, I think this is again very important when you are sending your resume for applying for a job. Actually, your location, the address that you're mentioning on
Right.
it is so critical.
We finished our masters, we have a job, now nothing else. But the reality hits you hard. The market is really, really volatile at this point. Anything could happen.
Tell this to all my students in every webinar that I do that, when you're going to LinkedIn, you're seeing page 1.
Right.
Page 1, everyone is viewing.
Right.
Only 1% people reach page 10.
10. Correct.
So if you start on page 10 now,
You can't go fishing in a small pond. If you're new as a fisherman, you can't fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
You want a sea too, so that you can at least catch something when there are thousands of fishes floating around. Similar with London. Need to be in a market where jobs are in plenty.
These mid-sized companies that are constantly hiring.
Hiring.
the other 8-9 Indian kids, I'm sorry, I'm focusing too much on our Indian folks. When they found out that you guys had a job, did they not try to apply a similar strategy? Or did they not have the relevant skills?
To answer that question honestly,
I would copy
I know.
somebody I know who's successful. That's what I'm trying to make everybody do. Like, okay, these guys are successful. Learn from them and just do.
I know, but
If you are looking to study abroad, then watch this full video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated.
I think that's so important, guys. Don't think that your journey has done when you have the admission. You have to come work hard
Right.
here and then continuously keep adding more to your skill
Right.
As your professional journey goes.
actual difficulty starts when you land in the UK.
Yeah, I think coming here is the easier part.
And as you mentioned, about, I just want to build up on that point. We were in that phase just after graduating, and we were very lucky. We were the first few people in the entire class and entire Indian friends that we had in Manchester to get a job.
September we finished our course.
Finished our course, in October we finished our thesis, and we were employed by November end. So for initial first few 3 months, 4
See,
months,
look, he's bragging. See,
No.
proud.
So we also thought, we finished our masters, we have a job, now nothing else. But the reality hits you hard. The first company which I was working with, that company had some issues internally, so they got restructured. So I was laid off. The entire team was laid off from that company. So then I realized, man, I have to upskill myself to keep up with the market. And since then, I got this life learning lesson, which you just mentioned as well, that you should never stop learning. So even I am pursuing other things apart from my regular job, upskilling myself in hard coding, like I'm learning Python now. So to unlock more opportunities, because the market is really, really volatile at this point. Anything could happen.
Anything would happen, so you need to be, again, like adding more skills so that you can
Is
be more
always-
relevant.
Exactly.
So you are doing AI, you are doing more in like deeper analytics,
Right.
you're learning Python. I think very important.
Correct.
You said that you guys had around 8-9 students in your class from India.
Yes.
What are the other guys doing?
It's just 2 of us and one more person
one more
who was here. Apart from that, everyone went to India. They couldn't secure jobs in the particular amount of time, so they are working in India. Some are going for PhDs, higher studies. Some are working in India with, again, life science companies. So that's what they're doing
I
mostly.
think one thing that is really important while studying here is basically you need to sort of have guts to do anything. That's
Right.
because so in Manchester we both very clearly knew that we didn't actually have scope there, because obviously university was amazing.
That's true.
But we were like, we won't get a job here, especially our field. So we were like, we don't know London at all, and it's not easy to suddenly move to a city and figuring out. And as students, or actually not students, not employed, actual unemployed people, we were like, how would we get a house or anything?
Right.
So, but we decided to move. That was a big move. But so many people who were in Manchester, they stayed in Manchester for 8-9 months. Then they realized, oh, there's no scope. Then they moved to London now. So you sort of need to get it together and then
So you
be like,
think
this is the time.
your bet of coming to London
Right.
was
Yes.
See,
the key difference?
you can't go fishing in a small pond. If you're new as a fisherman, you can't fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
You want a sea too, so that you can at least catch something when there are thousands of fishes floating around. Similar with London. Manchester is a great city, but a very compact, small city.
Especially for biotechnology.
Especially for any industry, I would say. Every company have their secondary office based in Manchester, which is like core people who are staying there, they only work. In London, you have like plethora of startups. You just turn your head around, you could see hundreds and hundreds of startups every day coming, securing funding, creating opportunities. Need to be in a market where jobs are in plenty.
These mid-sized companies that are constantly
Hiring.
You cannot just look at a job on LinkedIn and apply for it. That's
But
not
it's
how it
like,
works.
so I'll come to the location part and
Right.
I'll go deeper into it. But just to kind of wrap up that point. So when your friends, the other 8-9 Indian kids, I'm sorry, I'm focusing too much on our Indian folks. When they found out that you guys had a job, did they not try to apply a similar strategy, or did they not have the relevant skills?
To answer that question honestly,
I would copy
I know.
somebody I know who's successful. That's what I'm trying to make everybody do. Like, okay, these guys are successful. Learn from them and just do.
I know, but you can tell people when they ask for help.
Yeah.
You can't go and tell people, because then it sounds like, oh, you are arrogant, that you got a job and you're telling us. Who are you to tell us you just got a job? Okay.
And
Guys.
even if they ask us how did you do it and we sort of give them an idea, we can't just say that, okay, their first thing is move to London. And we have sort of like
Told them,
pointed
but
that out. But I think it's all about if
the
you can do
mindset
it, you will
as
do
well.
it. Yeah.
So, I mean, because you guys got it very early,
Yeah.
right? And then, I mean, when it happened in my batch, all my friends were doing industrial engineering.
Okay.
And one kid, he was our gold medalist. If he's going to be watching, he'll be very happy that I'm mentioning him. He went to Stanford to do his
Okay.
master's.
Oh wow, that's great.
In industrial engineering. I was like, what the hell is he doing? What will he do after this? He ended up joining a algo trading company, making big bucks. Now he's a high flyer,
Wow.
probably owns half of New York. Watching him, our entire, I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit, but practically our entire batch of industrial engineers
Went
moved to
US.
US to do masters in industrial engineering, all with the focus of going into finance.
Got it.
Right? They said, okay, we've found one story.
Yeah.
We will copy the hell
that
out of it,
True.
and everyone is doing really well.
Also, just build up on that point. So we knew we are graduating in October. This is, I'm talking about 2023 January, February time. The new year was around and I knew like we are already halfway through the masters, only halfway is remaining. I'm actually saying it. Before starting masters, never used LinkedIn, never made a CV, never made a resume. I knew nothing, zero. I was at zero. And I knew if I start after graduating, I'll extend my own struggle by 8 months. I need to start now. It was an enlightenment in March 2023 when everyone was just focusing on the uni. They're like, oh, abhi to uni mein 6-7 mahine hai,
Right.
uske baad dekhenge. We both were like, let's make a resume. Let's send the resume out there. Let's see what are we doing wrong. तो हमने मार्च से लेकर सितंबर तक सिर्फ rejections दिए हैं. सिर्फ rejections. I used to track my applications. Before securing my first job offer, I applied 1,000 jobs. 1,000 rejections
That's
every
right.
day.
1,000 rejections.
I'm not exaggerating
Yeah,
it.
it's actually not exaggerated. Like,
No,
I
no,
used to apply
Stop
for
counting after
hundreds.
1,000, but it would be like 1,100 or something like that. And I'm not exaggerating it at all. So while we were coming to the end of our code, we knew we had a great resume, like great resume as in we knew what structure would work. We have connected with so many people on LinkedIn that now it was just a matter of time that they have an opportunity. I reach out to them and I interview. The goal was to interview first because I knew I'm a little extroverted, so I knew like I could pull the interview off.
Right.
Then slowly, steadily, I learned how to say things, what things needs to be said in the interview, and eventually we just landed a job in November.
Both of
When
us
people
were
started this, like, oh, let's create a resume, let's start applying.
And I think that's when you are not having anything to do because now you are completely free. Those rejections hit you even harder.
Oh yeah,
yes.
true.
Right? Because then the moment you go into that depression, that negative frame of mind,
Right.
it just becomes even more difficult.
Yes,
Right.
because we realized that our goal was to just secure an interview,
Hmm.
but it was so hard to pass the CV on like later because the ATS software or like the hiring managers, like it was so hard to just get through that first stage.
Right.
But once you learn how to do that,
So you said that
then
you
can do
started doing that like early into
Very
your
early.
program itself, and then you mastered or like through iterative
Hmm.
process, just figured out what is going to work for you,
Right.
and also built a good network, which
Networking.
others actually started post graduation.
Right.
A
So
very simple example is basically like people like who have just finished their masters, the first thing they would do is apply for graduate programs. We realized that obviously graduate programs are a great opportunity, but it's very, very, very rare for someone to secure that.
Right.
Because imagine the number of graduates at the moment, and there are hardly like just 4-5 positions at a company.
Right.
So you need to be extremely upskilled and know how to do it. So we applied to so many graduate programs and we're like, this is not it. Because they would make us waste our time by writing plenty of tests.
Yeah.
Like there would be 1 hour, 2 hour long aptitude test, and then later they'll be like, no.
No.
So we realized this is actually not it. So we realized that quite early, which is why we realized, okay, through LinkedIn, cold emailing, cold messaging.
See, again, that is so important, right? You are targeting the most creamiest opportunities, and then that's the one with the most competition as well. And I tell this to all my students in every webinar that I do, that when you're going to LinkedIn, you're seeing page 1.
Right.
Page 1, everyone is viewing.
Right.
Only 1% people reach page 10.
10. Correct.
So if you start on page 10 now, you are automatically reducing your competition by 100. And those are the smaller companies. They're not so known company, may not have graduate program, but they can give you employment. They can start your journey.
Yeah, that's what we did.
So because especially you guys didn't have experience back in India.
Exactly.
Even more tougher. So it makes even better sense to actually do that. And I think I'm also feeling a bit happy that.
So guys, let's take a small pause and let me tell you that I counsel hundreds of students looking to study abroad every month. And I am here to help you guys, not just with understanding your profile, which country or university is the best one for you, but help you through the admission process. And me and my team will get you your visa on time. And if you want a one-on-one counseling session with me, please go into the description. There is a link to my Calendly and you can book a one-on-one slot with me. And let's get back to our video now.
Moving to your other part, which you guys were talking about, location. You guys studied in a top tier university, Manchester. You believe that London is the right space.
London is the place.
So would you say that if somebody's coming to do their masters, should they prefer any other university in London over the universities in Manchester?
No. Why? London is a very expensive city. I think last week only they published a report. London is the most expensive city to live in the world.
Yes.
So as a student, if you are coming from a really good background, go anywhere you want to. But thinking about the value for money and the amount you are putting and the knowledge and the experience that you're getting, you need to find a great spot. So don't come to London for your masters. There are plenty of universities in the UK which are in Russell Group, which are top tier universities. Study there, acquire skills, make connections, keep working during a masters. And by working, I don't mean part-time job. I mean like working on something else which will give you an exponential growth after your masters. Keep working on that. As soon as you're done with your masters, pack your bags and come hunting to London.
But if you do get like a very top college, like let's say UCL or like Imperial and all that, they do obviously hold a lot of value and it is worth it. But I don't recommend doing any random university in London.
Yeah.
If you're doing any random university in London, better go to a city outside and do a better university, because your cost of living will go down. If you're still willing to spend that much, pay higher in your tuition and do a good university there.
Yes.
Also, in terms of university, it doesn't matter where you are doing it. For example, let's take a university which is not highly ranked. Let's name that XYZ university. And then there is Manchester, UCL, that group of university. Imagine I'm in Manchester. I was in Manchester, I mean. And the great thing is, the alumni network is spread across UK and across the world.
Right.
As compared to this ex-university in London who have their alumni in not corporate, like doing blue collar jobs or something like that. And you don't aim to do that. I'm not demeaning those jobs by any means, but I'm just saying you don't aim to do that. Then you need to know how to tap that alumni network with most efficiency. Like you go to any top company on LinkedIn, Apple, Google, Samsung, you in the people section just type the University of Manchester and you'll find hundreds of alumni working over there. And you reach out to those people saying that, oh, you know what, I'm a junior, I really loved your career journey, it would be great if you could guide me. Connect that with that person. Try to have a call with that person. Later, he will help you with a referral. So you need to tap those market, and then the location aspect won't matter that much. But if you are in London and the job is in London as well, you mentioned about ATS, right? I spoke with one of my HR friends. She was like, when we screen the resume, we know the location of the person who's applying from. And imagine the job is in London and you're applying from Birmingham or Manchester. We know that you might come at your own expense, but there's a system. We just want London applicants.
So guys, I think this is again very important. When you are sending your resume for applying for a job, actually your location, the address that you're mentioning on it is so critical.
Right. And I've confirmed with like 2 to 3 friends who work as HR specialist in India and over here in the UK as well. And they're like, the location really matters. It's like, think from HR's point of view. Everyone wants to make their job as easy as possible.
Yeah, I mean, everyone want to. Why would they? They have so many
Nobody-
people in London. Why would they want to look at somebody in Birmingham?
Just a point on that. Nobody wants to work. If you got an opportunity that I'll hand you 10 million right now and you retire, you won't work.
Yeah, some people are meant to struggle their entire life, even with whatever kind of money we may have.
But I'm like, everyone wants to make their job
But yes,
easier.
everyone wants to make their job easier
Right.
and makes it simpler.
Imagine I'm an HR. I have to hire 5 people and pass it on to my manager for interview. Some great student, he actually puts in effort rather than just applying. He reaches out to me several times, sends like, oh, you know what? According to the job, I think this skill of mine could help you achieve this. I would be impressed like, oh, this guy is actually putting in work. Now I'll definitely send him in the next round. Plus, I just need to find other 4 now. He made HR's job easier, and that is your gateway to get interviews and get hired eventually.
So I think that's again some very important insight that we have covered in this conversation. Do watch this video till the end so that you get more and more of such information, guys. So, but one aspect which you guys are here in London.
Yeah.
Your company is in Oxford.
Yeah.
Your company is in North London, but you guys are working remotely.
Right.
Now, is this whole location actually even a discussion?
At the moment, maybe not sure, but if you're a person who still wants to sort of upskill yourself or look for another part-time freelance opportunity and stuff like that, it's still very relevant.
Said very relevant.
Because I also did a freelance opportunity alongside my work, which I just terminated last week because it was a project that was just for 4 months. And the reason why I got it because I could meet that person in London. It was actually with the owner of his company. I handled his personal social media.
Right.
So maybe finding something like this wouldn't be that easy if I wasn't at this particular place.
You should utilize London as much as possible. Just milk London out as much as you can. Why? Very influential people, key decision makers, key industries, key entrepreneurs, everyone is in London. It's just a matter of your outreach and your hard work to reach out to those people. And those people could help you. Let's not put job in this perspective. Like, not everything is about job, I would say. It's about like, I could meet someone in London via LinkedIn on a coffee chat, and then later on some opportunity might arise via him.
Right. So you need to network not with a single cause. You need to network. You need to know
Exactly.
good people who can help you, who can mentor you. You don't know when.
Exactly. So that's why London is important. In Manchester, of course, there would be key decision people, influential people, but the majority is very less. The number of those kind of people are very less. While in London, huge. Like, there are multiple, many successful people.
And when you
in
guys were
London.
interviewing for your companies, did you have like an in-person round as well?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
So I think it may be not so relevant now that you are already been
remote,
screened,
yeah.
you're working with them, now you can work remotely.
Right.
But for the in-person round of interview, they knew that you're in London, you can come in
Right.
quickly and with less effort.
Yes.
Correct.
In a nutshell, what you're saying is study in a good university
Right.
outside of London, wherever you can get the best education,
Yeah.
and then move to London.
Right.
Yes.
That's where the majority of the opportunity would be.
Would be, yeah.
And then start looking for a job here.
Here, yeah.
And build a network in London beyond purely a job search.
It'll be very difficult. It'll be extremely difficult, extremely. But if you have chosen to come study abroad, this is not a struggle or something. It just comes with it. It's a part of it. You need to soak it in and sulk it up and just keep working.
One question that I try to also answer for my students is, students in UK are struggling. There's no two ways about it. We don't sugarcoat it.
Right.
I have a certain thought process.
Right.
Why? But I want to know yours. You guys are staying in a fantastic apartment, you guys are doing well. For your age, you guys are, what I want to understand is, in your opinion, why is a majority of the Indian student population here struggling?
Okay. I'll take this one because I get a lot of inquiries as well. The major issue is,
So if you like this content, please subscribe to our channel and I will see you all in the next video.